People's Radio United.
Right, they do take a lot of, they do take personal possessions. I've had my driver's license taken before, showed the officer my driver's license as requested, and then my driver's license, at the end of the encounter, I was like, well, I don't have my driver's license. This is great, because that's actually a misdemeanor to not carry your driver's license. Now, people, you did mention something that as a cop watcher, it's not your job to help the police. And I know there's people out there who will take issue with that statement. But I think it's important to point out that there are so many unjust, unconstitutional laws on the books right now being enforced that, it's almost like the price of existing. Police are going to get you with a ticket somewhere for something. It's almost orchestrated so that at certain times, you can't avoid doing something that's going to get you a ticket, and they're there and they're ready to ticket you. So, police, I think what you're saying is police get us often enough and they get money out of us often enough. There's no need to help them with that, because we are right now really being more exploited than protected by the criminal justice system. Is that right?
That is exactly my point. When you enter the criminal justice system, the police have just about unlimited funds to try to prosecute you. You have many police officers, investigators, prosecutors, all going after one person, where the citizen has to defend themselves with their own funds, their own knowledge. The books are stacked against the common citizen every time. I mean, the average person walking down the street doesn't have the money to defend themselves against any kind of charges. I mean, that's why most people take a plea deal when they go to court, is because they can't afford it. They can't afford to take the time off of work to hire a lawyer to try to beat charges. Where the criminal justice system, that's what they get paid to do. I mean, if a cop has to show up in court, they get paid overtime for that. If a citizen has to show up in court, they have to take a day off of work. I mean, it's stacked against the citizen. So I don't see any reason to try to help the police employees perform their job.
Right. So basically, what's going on as far as why it's so important is just the fact that police aren't using their body cams when they should be a lot of the time, and we're not being allowed to look at footage a lot of the time. Is there anything else going on there that makes it important to cop watch, in your opinion?
Yeah, From my experiences, I mean, I have tons of videos on my YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/thedrooks, of police officers showing up for something, and then myself trying to get the report for that incident, and the incident's not even there. They didn't log it. They didn't report that they stopped the person. So. They're pretty much running around with no accountability whatsoever, and that to me is scary. If a police officer can force someone to the side of the road or in handcuffs at gunpoint, and there's no record of that ever happening, I mean that's scary to me. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm not down with that.
It terrifies the hell out of me, actually. Because. Well, you know a little bit about my background. I was a victim of some pretty awful police brutality, and then because I had no documentation of anything, I went through a really bad time in the courts. It was even worse than being assaulted, a very long process, and so you're absolutely right. It needs to be documented. I like that you said they're not just turning off their cameras, but sometimes they're not documenting anything altogether.
Right.
So there's like no record that any of this happened. Not even their version of the story exists to be, for an attempt at critical analysis.